Hello, how can AI help you create 365 video ideas? It is a same system to create videos without wasting time. So this is this fifth step 5 in the process of getting ready to create daily videos in 2026, so that we can improve ourselves and improve and pretty much create a library of content around the topic that we want to share with others, and in the process grow our YouTube channel. So, and yesterday we explained how you can take your topic that you want to focus on in 2026 and break it down into about 12 subtopics to see pretty much what you want to talk about, the different components of that main topic. And from there you can ask AI if it can create 30 questions that people are asking for each one of those subtopics, and before you know it, you'll have that 365 questions, and then you can read through it and ask AI to change some of them for you, or you can change some yourself. It's going to take time. That's why it's good to start it now. That way in 2000 and you start working on those and you start creating those content as well, and going into 2026, that way you'll have time to work through those challenges that you might meet and start fixing those. Does that make sense? So, and like instead of 12, maybe 13. That way you'll have 30 questions to start recording now and publishing now, to see if that challenge is a challenge you'll be able to manage going into 2026. It does not mean you are going to meet that goal perfectly, but you will try. Does that make sense? So if you miss some days, that's okay, but at least set the goal and slowly start working toward it. So I'm just going to show you a few examples of how I did it. And the first one is going to be for our topic swing trading that we like to continue sharing information on in 2026. And I have my questions that we viewed yesterday, and pretty much when you have your subtopic, the topic is swing trading, but what I wanted to cover information on, we counted yesterday, it was about 13. So pretty much I use that and I ask AI, because I'm using Word document, I can just use AI from it, but you can use a Google AI as well. But if you have a Word document, you can just use Copilot from there. And I like to create, let me see if I can close this for now, to create the question, write the question down so that I can copy and paste, because it's a process that I'm learning how I can use AI in my line of work to simplify some processes. It's a learning process for me as well. So, and pretty much I'll write the wording and you can just read through it. I just don't want the best, because I'm personality type based on colors. My first two colors are green and gold, and every single one of you and I, some scientists analyze people's personality based on colors. We all have 4 colors combinations, but the first two my influence how you do things, and I just don't like to exaggerate things. It's more like orange personality type, and a lot of people are orange and blue, or blue and orange for first color, and those people, they tend to tap into emotions, because blue is more people is people that are empathetic, and they are person, so they tap into emotions because they are in tune with their emotions. They tap into emotions, especially if they have orange color personality first as second with blue. That orange color, they can benefit from it to tap into emotions too in some way. People like me, we might call it manipulation, but they may not call it the same way, but they tend to tap into emotions to get what they want. So using the best, to me, I found like it's more orange attitude type of things, because what is the best could be the best for me but may not be the best for you, or it's just not the one way of doing things. So I don't really like to use the best, the most in my tarots, but that is something. But again, those are selling point. When you put those things in your tarot, people can click on it even faster, but I just prefer not to use those. So I'll add those things to my questions when I'm asking AI to give me answers, because they can easily use those terminologies. And one more, I just don't like AI to just pull other content creators tarots for me, but I want what people are asking, because in the past I will go to Google, I will tap the question, and I will see the drop down menu, they select the question that are coming out that are related to what I'm tapping. If that's something I can answer, I will write it down, and then I will scroll down to people also ask that Google tend to have on their page, and if I read it and some of them I can answer is related to what I'm searching, I will write it down. That way I can create content on those. And it takes quite a bit of time, and I like to do that, but it takes quite a bit of time, and I'm trying to see if I can use AI to help me do those research without having to tap those questions one by one myself. So, and that is pretty much how I'm using AI here to assist me with it. And that is just those questions that you can prompt, you might call it prompt, put ask AI and present AI with the 12 topics that you pick, subtopic, and ask them to create 30 questions from me for you. So, and now let's go to another one. You can see I have multiple iterations of the process, and we can go to this one, for instance. So by this point we finalize it. I think we have another stage. Okay, so to this stage we have the topic. It took us some processes to get there though, but I'm just going to pick this one, because again, when you are doing it, you'll keep fine tuning it. So, and you can see that the way we end up having it is something that when you do it, you will read it. And something AI did here that I didn't like is having the pretty much a numbered the topic as well. And I could easily ask now to number the topic as well. And the way I can do that, for instance, is I will just pick this for it. I can just pick maybe those three. If anything, I can just select all of them. And I'll just go to AI. continuous, I don't know, in continuous numbering. Let's see. So it's okay if your question is now well polished. Okay, so then we can see. So pretty much you can see topic 1, it took it off of there. Topic this the next topic. Let's see. Okay, then we can say, will you revise and have topic 1 instead of topic? Let's see if he understand the question. Okay, so we have topic 1, and then we have this, then we have topic 2. From 30 it went to 31. That's what we want. Gabriel, I'm recording. And then do you want me to apply the exact process to all 17 topic? I will say, and give you the complete list. So I will copy this and I will say yes. And while it's doing that, since we are here, usually and that is something, for instance, I can just 15, we can just put 1 year content revise. And you get the things. Now I don't want to download it, so I will say yes, I want it here, I don't want to download it. But that is pretty much what you are going to do. And while it's doing that, we can come back to it. And those are things you are going to work through. Okay, let's see. Okay, he's doing it for 90, the first 90, and you can just copy and paste. Let's see if I do this. No, it's not going to copy. Control V, yeah, and then I'll go back and just say yeah, continue. Let's see if that's topic 4. Yes, and you see that is the way very quickly AI can help you create your 1 year questions, and then you can read through them. The one you don't want, you can take it out. One thing I did as we were doing this is I can read the questions and then I will say replace 88, replace or rephrase 88, or change 88, those type of things. If I know that there is a question I didn't like as it suggested those 30 questions topic by topic, I was doing that as well. And by that time it was done, and by the time it was done, I have those lists that I pasted in the documents. So, and that is, as I was doing it, I was, pretty much in sorting it through as well. But I know that I need to go back and redo that. So while it's doing that, we can just come back here and see the final product that we have, and we copy to our Word document. So I have the list here, and I pretty much took the numbers off. I believe, like the way I pasted earlier, can just paste it and take the numbering off. If I don't want the numbering, you click and click there, you will be able to take it out. But you can see that pretty much if you have 30 questions, and I think it's saying we have 17. So if I go all the way to the end, that means we have more than 365 questions. And as I read through it, I noticed that some of them, they were repetition. Therefore, I need to remove those so that, I can take those repetition out of it. So, and I did that, and then I copy it to a spreadsheet. So yeah, we have about 17. But I think as I found the last two to be more like a summary, a grocery type of grocery. But yeah, so that just to give you an idea. Okay, and let's continue here. And I did the same thing with our YouTube videos that I'm recording right now. When we come to YouTube, hold on, yeah, I have YouTube as the folder, and we have idea 1, and I think I use Google AI there, and pretty much ask the question to give me 20 questions or break down 10 questions into smaller questions. So that means we were working on it for a while to get there. So if I go a little bit lower, that's how I started it. So recorded daily videos and publish daily videos. So please give me 10 searchable questions people ask. I can create a video related to it. So no other people's content title. So, and then we get those pretty much, it gives me ideas on on those. But I think I use this one as the start, and then later I went back and pretty much, let's see, I think I got those ideas from, it was pretty much, you go to multiple iterations and keep improving it. So from this one I went to idea 2, and pretty much here I sat down and thought about the processes, how the different steps that I'm going through to get ready for 2026 to record videos related to swing trading. So the different processes, and I wanted to focus when it comes to my YouTube content, I wanted to focus on process management, and because I think that's where my strength is. So therefore I broke down the different components of my processes that I'm working on, and then so now ask to give me questions that pretty much about is each day content topic I plan to record on, what people search online related to this topic that I can use as the title for each one of those 15 videos. It's about content process management and how I'm preparing to create daily video content in 2026. So I pretty much did it online, and when I say online, I use pretty much like when you click on Google, let's see here, when you click on Google, I will click on that or not, but hold on, first let's do Google here. I'll click on this one here, and then I'll put my question there. That's how I did it. So I either use my Copilot or I'll use Google AI like that, and Google AI gave me this list with what I have, the question they are suggesting there, and pretty much broke it down for me. And then version 2, I say okay, to revise it and not to exaggerating using marketing word, and then it revised it again. So having my topic and the question is suggesting, and then another revision, I say okay, so to create to show how we did it. So I like the question, will you please improve them? The goal is to be ready for 2026 content production. So AI redid it again. There, I don't know why it changed, but I read through it, and then I say, okay, will you please add daily YouTube content at the end of 2 and anywhere it makes sense. So it improved it because this is 2, and I believe the 2 here didn't have that, and then I included to all the other. So pretty much, and then we went to another version, question 9. So generate, will you please revise question 9? So question 9 was not how I extracted still images from my daily videos is not the point. We record videos of myself and use that to make still images. That's the point there. So how I generate my own thumbnail pictures by carrying still images from videos. So I was okay with that. You see, that's how you are going to go to multiple iterations to keep improving those questions. And I know that going forward, even those questions that I already have, I will continue to improve them using AI. So another version, I asked to improve 14, and then we continue the process to this version, and I say here are, so that is AIs. So I think there is, something that I asked for that one. How I flag content. Okay, I don't know what I asked, but it answered that question. And then I came back. I'm sure we are not done. So will you please list the question only without the wording before, like pretty much taking what I originally suggested and just give me the question. So it gave me the question with those quotation mark at the begin and end, and I say no quotation mark. So it took them out, and then we have this. And then I say, okay, can you revise the title? There will be block titles, and therefore URL, remove parentheses and comma, because I don't want to go and do those things one by one. So it did it, and you notice that it took those bold off as well, and that versus, and I think I changed this myself later in it because it's still here, but I think I remove it because I don't want that. And let's see, we are telling people how to break down the process and tackle each step. Could you rephrase the question 4? So that question 4 will be rephrased there, and we continue, and I say, okay, there is too many I in the question. How can we improve it? So it improved it here for me, and then I say instead of ing at the start, can you change it to how to? And it did that as well. And I think I took that and pretty much I tried to have a version myself here, where I just should generate instead of how to, and put generate. That way, I have that as well there. But then pretty much once I was satisfied, I copy that to another sheet. Let's see. Yeah, I copy it to another sheet, and I just have it here. And to get it to this stage though, we went through multiple iterations again, and I think I used Copilot for that. So one was that with Gemini, I don't know what the Google AI is, I came here as I paid that preliminary work here that I was good with the questions. I pasted there, and then I just asked AI to let's see, will you please create a list of questions, taking one question under each numbering and combining with question B. So before we got to that point, we did some work here as well. I think there are some questions that I asked AI, and as AI was doing it, I was taking notes. So we have those questions that we brought here, and I think there could be another stage before we get to this stage. But pretty much what happened is I try to I have main point question part B. There was another sheet that I didn't open, but as I was asking AI questions, it's giving me answers. I think I asked the audience that this content will be for, and I'm not sure which step that one will be. Tarot revise, I don't think that'll be that one, but there is a step that is not, that I didn't click on, that I went through some work with AI as well to tarot ideas. No, it won't be there. But anyway, so I pretty much ask AI, the audience, that content that I copy, that Google AI and I work on, I copy it to a document, and then I ask AI, who that content will be for, and it pretty much gave me a list of those that audience, and it used some wording that I found interesting. So pretty much during that conversation, I paste those information, and then I copy some word from there and paste it here. So, and then I name it, main question, part B, and then I have our list of questions that Google AI and I work on as part A. And then I ask Copilot to pretty much combine both, because I want the questions to be taken into context that it is for 1 year video publication type of things. I don't know how to explain it, but showing the process management in it. So combine part A and part B in a way that it does not exceed that 90 characters that I mentioned. So, and pretty much I asked, and AI did it and combined it for me. And after it combined it, I saw those space here, and I know that this could be more than the characters that will fit will be for the tarot. So I asked to remove those dashes out of it. So you can see that is the work behind, and it takes time, but it still saves you time if you are to do that one by yourself one by one. That's how AI can help you quickly create, your own 1 year worth of video ideas, and automatically they become your tarots. You can see I asked to remove the dash out of there, and it did it, and that became our questions there. From there, I copy and paste in my spreadsheet here, and as I'm recording video, I'll just color code the one that I recorded already. And that is the same process also that I went through as well, to have videos, titles for the video that I'm recording now on a daily basis for swing trading purposes. And when it comes to our 1 year content going into 2026, that 365 or so, or 17 topics, that is where they landed. And I'll still need to go through them to see questions that I don't really want to answer, take them out. I already did that, but I think there could be more to do here, and then pretty much start writing short description, one title or so answer, for one title one sentence or so answer for each one of them, to start getting ready. So I still need to to review them, because I'm seeing some topic 9 that are further from where the topic 9 is. So, but there is work that needs to be done. But that just to give you an idea. I'm seeing 469 here, but we didn't start from line 1, so that's something to consider as well. But so don't spend too much of your own time doing this one by one, but that's just to show you that you will start breaking down the topic into subtopic and use AI to generate those 30 questions. And depend on if you are okay having those flashy word in it, depend on your topic, it might make sense. You just give the instructions to AI, it will create it for you. And the way I do mine is I don't try to see what other people are doing and try to do the same. Therefore, I focus on searchable content, and I focus on questions that people are asking, and I know the answer. I can give my opinion on it, is what I'm doing. And using AI to scroll the web and pull out questions that people are asking or can ask related to that topic that I want to share information on, can work faster for me. And then I can review those questions to see which one align with what I'm talking about, which one didn't, and then take those out. So that is the process, and that is how I did it for our topic getting ready for 2026. Thank you so much for your time. We thank you very much for watching our videos. We thank you very much for your comments, and thank you so much for subscribing to our channel. And again, you can see it did some for us as well here, and we can just copy, and it can take you hours to do this. I will say 3 hours. When you put 3 hours in it, you will get a good amount of it done as well, and is interesting. Like, you like it, so. And then it's asking topic 9. I'll just check it to see if this is topic A, because yes, it can make mistake and skip one topic, so, and so forth, but I think this will be the one to click on. In fact, yeah, and then just do that. Afiavi Liberman, creator of Liberman Consulting L.L.C YouTube channel, and in sub.com our blog. On our channel and on our blog, we share different ways you can save money and different ways you can make money to reach your financial independence, where you do not depend on an employer to provide for your family. And having your own YouTube channel is one way. Over time, you can create a stream of income from, if not more. Thank you so much for your time. For more of our YouTube content strategy, will you please check the playlist in the description of this video. Thank you for your time. And this video is brought to you by our online store, Liberman.com. We have a tote bag listed there. Will you please check it out if you're interested in buying it. Thank you.